Y'all know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
In Polo, let me tell y'all what I just got done doing. I just got done recording a couple episodes from my show on the Grant Cardone TV network. It's called the Work on Your Game Show. I'm going to show y'all. See, now I got my iPad with me. I'm going to show y'all some things. Can I show y'all some things this afternoon? Is that all right if I show y'all some things? What's going on, Tracy Moss? How you feeling? Tyrell from Toronto. Shout out to Toronto. What's the weather like up there? Hopefully it ain't too cold. Or maybe you like the cold. But shout out to everybody in Toronto. Shout out to everybody that's somewhere that you got to wear a coat right now. I'm not somewhere that you got to wear a coat, but shout out to everybody who is. I'm about to show y'all this page for my show on the Grant Cardone TV network. It's called Work on Your Game Naturally. But I just got done recording. This is what I was doing. I just got done recording a couple episodes of that show. I think one episode was about leadership, empowering people. What's up, Tierney? Checking in from Phoenix. You always got to wear a coat in Ireland. Well, shout out to everybody in Ireland wearing a coat. I recorded one episode was about that, and the other episode was about mental conditioning. 41 degrees. Do I recognize your username already in Polo? I don't know. Should I recognize it? Atlanta has coats right now. So this is my show on the Grant Cardone TV network. So y'all go to DreAllDay.com/GCTV. You'll see this. Here's my show. Obviously, Work on Your Game is the title of it. We got a few episodes. I just put out the last episode. Just came out at 11 o'clock Eastern this morning. So make sure y'all check those out. What up, Adam? How you feeling? And y'all know that I got a TED Talk coming up too. I'm gonna do some self promotion at some events right now, because y'all got to know about these. People got to know what's going on. I appreciate that. Wisdom Maze. Oh, thank you, Adam. So this is TEDx Coconut Grove. I know a lot of people don't. Some people don't know what TED Talks are. Y'all know what TED Talks are? Y'all heard of TED before? But anyway, this is TEDx Coconut Grove. TED is like, the whole point of TED is ideas worth spreading. So this is February 5th, and there I am right there. That's Dre Baldwin. Y'all can't see that. It's hard to see. But if I go to TEDx Coconut Grove, y'all can see that. On February 5th, that's next Friday. Next Friday, I'm going to be giving a TED Talk on the topic of confidence. I'm going to be talking about self-confidence at TEDx Coconut Grove next Friday. Next Wednesday is my birthday. I'm turning 34 years old next Wednesday. So if you want to send me like an Amazon gift card, send that to Dre at DreAllDay.com. I will gladly accept that. And does the sound good? We good on the sound and everything right now, ladies and gentlemen? But I am going to get to the point here. We're talking about being a yes person, a yes man, or a yes, I don't look that old. Well, that's good. You know, I drink a lot of water. It's because I drink a lot of water right here. I keep my mind focused on positive goals. I stay around positive people. I am allergic to negativity. I'm allergic to doubt. I'm allergic to not believing in myself. I'm allergic to not having a worthy ideal to go after. That's how I stay looking young. So I'm going to look like this when I'm 60. How much that water costs? Is water free. I mean, the bottle was like $2, but then I just drank it and just refilled it. I don't buy these. I don't buy bottled waters like in bulk. I buy one bottle and I just keep drinking it. And then when the plastics start getting all nasty, then I just throw this one out and get a different one. Yeah, black don't crack. Exactly. So those of you who don't know me, my name's Dre All Day. Some know me as Dre Baldwin. I come from the city of Philadelphia. I live in South Florida right now. And my background is as a professional athlete. You know, I played basketball overseas 9 years, and then my thought was I wanted to get into entrepreneurship. I knew I didn't want to work like a regular type of work. I worked a lot of those growing up, but I knew I wanted to get into entrepreneurship, so I became a professional speaker. I do coaching and consulting on branding, marketing, building businesses, social media, confidence, self-discipline, building beliefs, setting your goals, building your ambition. I do coaching and consulting with businesses and individuals on those topics. I still work with athletes here and there. I do a lot of training programs for athletes. I got a training program site called hoophandbook.com. I got like over 150 programs on that site. I've written 6 books. I got 6 books out right now at DreAllDay.com/Amazon or /iBooks. You can find those books. And my angle right now is I'm an empowerment expert. What I do is empower people to think better, speak better, and live better in life, in every area of life. And how I do that is through sports, through entrepreneurship, through books, through YouTube videos. I got 4,000 videos on YouTube, 4,000 blog posts on my website. And I do these live streams here where I get to talk to y'all. And I love doing these on Periscope because I get to have that immediate interaction. I love YouTube too, where I can make a video, record it, and post it because it stays there forever. But I also like the immediacy of being able to talk to y'all right here live on Periscope. And anyway, let me get to the point of what we're talking about here today, which is talking about, I appreciate that, Adam. Thank you. How do I write 6 books? One word at a time. One word at a time. That's how I write 6 books. My first book is called Buy a Game, actually, and it's free. If you want to read my first book, Buy a Game, just go to my website. It's called dreallday.com. And when you go there, a pop-up's going to come up on the screen that says get my first book free. Just hit that, put your email address in, and we'll send you that book. Sometimes it takes a little, like an hour or so before they actually send you the email or the book, but you'll get it. If you put your email address in, I give you my first book, Buy a Game. It's completely for free. Then I send you my blog posts every day. Yeah, my first book is free. Free, free 99. Free 99? Yes, free 99. Well, thank you. Yeah, I do that with YouTube, but I also record too. So I don't just do the Periscopes to YouTube. I had 4,500 videos on YouTube before Periscope came out. So it's not that I just started doing a double dipping now, but I did 4,000 of those recorded before we could do live streams and I could talk to y'all live like we doing right now. Will this scope be on YouTube? It depends. It depends on what I end up talking about. Really, I kind of decide after the stream is over. If I said anything that I think people will want to hear, then I put it on YouTube. If I think it's kind of like it was cool for the moment, then I'll get rid of it. But we'll see. Do I have a staff? Yeah, I have a couple assistants that work for me. How many subs I have on YouTube? I got over 100,000. I don't know the exact number. But anyway, it ain't really about the subs, really. I mean, it's good. I got the YouTube award. Actually, you can see the award. Like, see that thing right there? That's my YouTube 100,000 subs award. But it ain't really about the trophy. I've got a video on YouTube where I talk about that. Don't be fooled by the trophy. When you get a trophy or you get some recognition or you hit some certain number, don't let that trophy fool you into thinking you need to stop working. My aim is to empower billions of people. It's not to get 100,000 subs on YouTube, because everybody don't even watch YouTube. But anyway, let's get to the point. We're talking about being a yes person. In life, a lot of people that I associate with are people who watch me, follow me. They got big ambitions. Do a lot of y'all have big ambitions or big goals, big dreams, the things you want to accomplish in life? You got some big ideas, some big sights. You got huge goals that you have that you're looking at in life right now. A lot of people have those. At least the people who follow me and watch the stuff that I say, identify the stuff I talk about, they're in that mind frame. They got those big goals. And we often don't know exactly how to do it. Maybe we're at a point where we kind of like stuck. We're trying to get to that next level. We're trying to get to where we see that person who has more success than us, or we know the things that we want to do, but it takes some time for us to get there. We got to develop more into the right person. We got to take more of the right actions, get the right mindsets. And the thing is with me, I'm going to tell you a mindset that I have, and you can accept this or you can throw it away if it doesn't work for you. The mindset that I have is that you have to become a yes person until you get to the point where you have to say no. Become a yes person until you get to the point that you have to say no. Now, how does that work? If you have, let's say you want to build your brand. You want to build your brand. You want to be a basketball trainer. You want to train basketball players. That means you should be saying yes to every single request you get to train basketball players until you get to the point that your schedule is so full that you have to say no. So if I was a radio show host, or I have my own podcast, I'm going to say yes to every single person who wants to come on my show, every single person who wants to come be a part of my podcast or radio show. So I put out so much content that I get to the point where I'm like, damn, I got to turn this one down because I got too many things booked. As far as the speaking business, I'm a professional speaker. I'm going to say yes to every single request somebody asks me to come speak until I get to the point where I got so many dates on my calendar. I think 2 Chainz said it. So many dates on my calendar, it looks tattooed. I want to get to the point where I got so many dates on my calendar that I got to start turning things down. Like, damn, I would love to come speak at your conference, but you know what? My schedule's too full. I can't do it. So you want to get to the point that you must say no to things. In order to get to the point that you had to say no to things, you got to say yes to everything. You become a yes person. You ever heard the phrase a yes man or a yes woman? And we use it negatively. Like a yes person is like a person who hangs around somebody and every idea they got, everything they want to do, we support it because we kind of like, we don't have any backbone. We just saying yes to them so we can appease that person. I don't mean it that way. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say a yes person in this sense, I'm talking about saying yes to everything. And it doesn't necessarily mean, when I say yes, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody has to make a request for you. See, you can say yes to yourself on anything. See, somebody might say, all right, what if I want to start a blog? Yes. What if I want to start podcasting? Yes. What if I want to do Periscope? Yes. What if I want to do YouTube? Yes. What if I want to try to get a show on Grant Cardone Network? Yes. What if I want to do a TED Talk? Yes. What if I want to talk to some elementary school students? Yes. What if I want to go speak at a library? Yes. What if I want to go speak to those people standing at the bus stop? Yes. So it's yes to every single thing. You can say yes to yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Understand that when somebody, if you get to the point where people are requesting you, you can say yes. But listen, you might be, if you're brand new at what you're doing right now, listen, it might not be anybody asking you anything. There may be nobody making a request of you right now because nobody knows you. So you can't say yes because nobody asked you anything. But guess what? You can always say yes to yourself. And how is that? Because we all know And I talk about this principle often, that in life, the way that you think as a human being, all it is a series of questions and answers that you're asking yourself all day. What time is it? All right, it's 2:30. My phone's ringing. Who is this? Oh, it's Mike. Oh, should I show up to work today? Yes, because I got to get my check. What should I do about my kid, getting on my nerves right now? Should I smack him, or should I ignore him, or should I say something to him? Should I eat dinner right now? Should I eat lunch right now? Should I drink this bottle of water? Should I go order that vodka and Coke? Should I go talk to that girl I see over there? Should I respond to what this dude just said? Should I tell this person that they just stepped on my foot? It's a series of questions and answers that you're asking yourself all day, right? You're asking questions and you're answering questions, which means you can become a yes person by answering yes to yourself with every good idea you give yourself. Hey, should I do podcasting? Should I do blogging? Should I get on Periscope? Should I email this person and ask them, can we work together? Should I take this risk and see what happens from it? You can answer yes to yourself all day, every day. And the more you answer yes to yourself, the more stuff you're going to have that you got going on. And this is just the way that I think, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I appreciate that follow. The way that I think, ladies and gentlemen, is that the more things you do, the more things you got going on, the more things you try, the more options you're giving yourself. And the more options you give yourself, the more things you try, the more chances that at least one of them is going to pop off. At least one of them is going to work. If you want to be, let's talk about the speaking business. I know when I first got into speaking, I wanted to do a TED Talk. I said, I want to do a TED Talk because I know TED Talks is a big thing. So I went and found every single TED Talk I could find that was going to happen, and I applied to all of them. As many as I could find. The ones I could find, I applied to all of them. I said, if I apply to all of these, at least somebody's going to say yes. And then I ended up doing my first TED Talk back this past November on the topic of self-discipline. That video is not out yet. We're still waiting on some audio-visual work they're doing to make the video right. That'll come out soon. And next Friday, February 5th, in Coconut Grove, TEDx Coconut Grove, Miami, for those of you in South Florida, I'm going to be speaking on the topic of self-confidence. So if you want to come, definitely come. Send me a snap. Let me know that you're coming, and we'll meet in person. My Snapchat is at Dre Baldwin. Do I have a website? Of course I got a website. My website's called DreAllDay.com. DreAllDay.com is my website. I got a lot of sites. I got a training program site called HoopHandbook.com, and I'm on all the social media. Can I take any questions from anybody? I saw some questions come up as I was talking. Can I take any questions? Another thing I love about Periscope is that it could be like a live Q&A every time I talk. So anybody who got a question about any area, anything that I talked about, business, entrepreneurship, marketing, branding, basketball, confidence, your mindset, my website, can somebody write my website in the comments, please? It is DreAllDay.com. Well, Mincy, you don't want to look up my website at the moment because then you're going to miss the stuff that I'm saying. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, the lab rats. DreAllDay.com. I like to capitalize the D, the A, and the D, though. I like when it gets capitalized. Dre all day. Yes, I am a basketball player. Fuck Tavon said, fuck my website. You crazy. My website fucks you. DreAllDay.com is that website, yes. You can be what you want to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. What are we listening to here? All right. Being a yes person is not always good. I'm glad somebody said that. Why is that? Tell me why it's not good. Periscope is live. Best social networking hands down. Yes, absolutely. I love doing Periscope live. When did it change from social media to social networking? I notice that people use that phrase now. Why is it social networking now? I don't understand why that phrase changed. Well, today's blog post, earn your days off. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. So what I think of people who are overconfident. I don't ever consider anybody overconfident because overconfident is a relative term. Like, listen, overconfident, like, let's say you call somebody, what's something that I can say? All right, let's just use confidence. Overconfident. If your confidence is right here and somebody else's is up here, then that person is overconfident to you. If your confidence is right here, somebody's confidence is down here, that person's not confident enough to you. But it's all relative. So if your confidence is all the way up here, your confidence is all the way up here, and you meet somebody whose confidence is up here, guess what? You don't see them as overconfident. They're just the same as you. Same thing. Like Mike Young says, what do you mean by arrogant? I'm asking you, like Mike Young, what do you mean by arrogant? And here's the thing with people who say, well, there may be a problem if your confidence is too high or if you say yes too much. Yes, you could get a problem. Listen, there's nothing in life. There's nothing that I'm sharing here. There's no principle or activity or anything you can do in life that guarantees that you won't have problems. Oh, okay, you're saying overconfident can mean arrogant. It can mean arrogant to the person who's looking at you. See, I could look at somebody. There's nobody in the world that I would call arrogant. You know why? Because I don't have a problem with somebody having a super high level of confidence. I don't call anybody arrogant. So if you call somebody arrogant, then it might mean, any of you, if you call somebody arrogant, it might just mean that they have a level of confidence that you cannot fathom having yourself. That's why you call them arrogant. And the reason why we use those negative phrases and we put them on people is because instead of raising our confidence to get to their level, we put something negative on them because it makes us feel better about ourselves. You know what they say? You know what they say that in life? There's two ways to have the biggest building in town. Number one is to do all the work and build your building up. Or number two is to tear down everybody else's building. So we call people arrogant, which makes us feel better instead of raising our confidence and being at their level. See, if I want to have the tallest building in New York, I could build a 200-story tower, or I could just tear down all the buildings in New York and build a 1-story tower. You understand what I'm saying? So most people in life, they're lazy. They don't want to do the work to build the 200-story tower, so they tear everybody else's tower down so they can feel equal to everyone else. Shout out to Spain. I see you. Too much of anything can be bad, though, people say. You're absolutely right. Oh, so let me ask you a question. People think too much of anything can be bad. So let me ask all of you a question. Would you rather have the problem of too much confidence or not enough confidence? Which problem do you want? See, understanding in life, it's three things with problems. Y'all heard this before. You either in the middle of a problem, you just came out of a problem, or you on your way into a problem. So, that being true, you got two options. You can have too much confidence or you can have too little confidence. Which one do you want? Pick one. Well, I appreciate that, little mama 16. But to be equal to each other, there has to be no's in life. What do you mean by that? Tell that to Einstein? Well, Einstein's dead. I would like to be balanced. Why do you want to be balanced? Somebody said they want to be balanced. As far as confidence goes, listen, I don't want to be balanced. This is just my point of view. I'm not telling you have to accept this, but this is my stream, so I'm going to tell you how I think. I don't want to be balanced in anything. I don't want a work-life balance. I don't want a balance of confidence. I don't want a balance of things on my schedule. I don't want any type of balance. I want things to be completely out of balance. Because if you're balancing your work and your life, that means you're doing 50% of each, right? Why would you do half of your work? Why would you put 50% into your work and only 50% into your life? Why not do 100% of both? Why would I want to I don't want to balance my confidence. I want my confidence to be so high that people are like, damn, how'd you get your confidence that high? I'm going to say, oh, buy my book. All right, my book is called The Super You, dreallday.com/Super You. It turns into cockiness. Again, cockiness is a relative term that goes by the perspective of the person that's saying it. Name somebody who you think is cocky. Now let's put this into concrete terms. Everybody here watching this, name somebody who you know of. Might not be somebody you know directly. Somebody who is famous that we all know, who you think is cocky. Name somebody you think's cocky. Freedom Generator said they think I'm cocky. Okay, we'll use somebody else. LeBron James or who else? Kobe Bryant. All right, Kobe's a good example. A lot of people call Kobe cocky. Donald Trump. That's great. Kobe Bryant, Donald Trump. Guess what? You put Kobe Bryant and Donald Trump in a room. Do you think Donald Trump would say Kobe is cocky? Yes or no? And do you think Kobe would say Donald Trump is cocky? Yes or no? Y'all answer me that question. Do you think Donald Trump will call Kobe Bryant cocky or Kobe Bryant will call Donald Trump cocky? Some people, I got a couple yeses, then I got a no. What everybody else think? I know it's more than two people in here. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Donald Trump or Kobe will call the other guy cocky? The answer is no. Hell no. Exactly. The answer is no. Donald Trump will not think Kobe Bryant is cocky. Why? Because Donald Trump's confidence and Kobe Bryant's confidence is both right up here. They're both up here. So no, neither one of them will call the other one cocky. Kobe Bryant will look at Donald Trump and say, you know what? If I was a businessman, I would think the way Donald Trump thinks. Not necessarily he would have his same views and principles, but y'all get the point. He would say, I would think the same way he thinks. Donald Trump will call anyone cocky? No, I don't believe that to be true. I think that's false. I think Donald Trump will call no one cocky because Donald Trump's confidence is so high, he wouldn't have a problem with anybody else having a high level of confidence. See, here's the thing with the word cocky or arrogant or overconfident. When we use those terms, we're using them in a negative way. So Donald Trump wouldn't call anybody cocky because the only time any person, and I'm going to say this, the only time any person calls another person cocky is when that person, the person they're talking about, has a confidence level that they have never had before. That's the only reason you call them cocky. That's the only reason. I don't call anybody cocky because I don't have a problem with somebody having a high level of confidence. I don't think Donald Trump's cocky. I think Donald Trump is just confident in what he does. And look at Donald Trump's results. Look at the results of what Donald Trump has done in business. We can't argue with the results. Do you think his confidence has anything to do with that? I think so. Trump is arrogant. Well, the only reason you think Trump's arrogant because he has a level of confidence that you couldn't fathom having, but you can fix that. See, you can fix that. Tiger Woods, Trump lacks character. Well, see, this is not a question of Donald Trump's character. This is not a discussion on Donald Trump's character or the pros and cons of Donald Trump. We're using it as an example when we're talking about confidence. Understand that if you have a problem with another person's confidence to the point that you call them cocky or arrogant, it is because they have a level that you can't have, or that you choose not to have, is actually the better way to put it. Somebody said he's a coward. Okay, well, listen, I don't know Donald Trump personally, so this conversation is not about a personal attack on any individual. What we're talking about is putting your level of confidence up there. If any of you had the same level of confidence as Donald Trump, you wouldn't have a problem with Donald Trump's confidence. That's just a fact. I believe that to be a fact. All right, well, I guess it's not a fact. It's a theory. But that's the point, is that when your confidence is high enough, you're not worried about it. And here's the other thing. Here's the thing that I can put it to y'all much more simply. Here it is. If your confidence, check this out. If your confidence is super high, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. If your confidence is all the way up here, let me tell you what you're not doing. All right, this is what you're not doing when your confidence is up here. You are not worried about anybody else's level of confidence. When your level of goals are all the way up here, you are not thinking about what anybody else is doing or not doing. When your level of belief, when your level of self-belief is up here, you don't care what Donald Trump is doing. You don't care what Kobe Bryant thinks of himself. You don't care about debating whether Donald Trump is a coward. Because listen, you so focused on what you got to do. You so focused on your own business, your own confidence, your own goals, your own belief. It doesn't matter what Donald Trump's doing. Do you understand? That's the number one thing that you have to understand in life. If you're talking about Donald Trump, listen, Donald Trump don't even know you exist. This is what I tell. I used to tell people that when the Kardashian show first came out, and I would see a lot of women hating on Kim Kardashian. I'm like, yo, Kim Kardashian isn't even aware of your existence on the planet. Why are you getting so worked up talking about her? Don't waste your energy, your mental energy, ladies and gentlemen, talking about somebody who doesn't even know that you're alive. Because it's not doing anything for them. It's not doing anything for you, and it's definitely not doing anything for them. You got to be confident to dominate. Exactly. You got to be confident to dominate in anything, in a sport, in a business, in anything. If you think about the most successful people that you know, can somebody here? Here's one. Can any of y'all name somebody who is very successful, but they're also, let's say, humble, or they're not cocky, they're not arrogant? Can y'all name somebody who is in that realm? Somebody you know of, a famous person that we all know who they are, who is very successful, but they're not cocky, they're not arrogant. Drake? No, I don't think that's true. Ronaldo? I don't know anything about Ronaldo. Jordan? Michael Jordan? No, that's not true either. That's not true either. All right, so whoever y'all name, here's the thing. Freedom Generated says I'm balanced. Okay, well, you may think that. Somebody else might think I'm cocky. You know, different people think different things. Jay Regal, I have no idea who these people are that you're naming. Oprah, now that she's woken up. Now, you know, my dad thinks Oprah is cocky and arrogant. My dad told me that before. Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry. Here's the thing. All those people had to be, I heard Grant Hill say this. I remember Grant Hill, the basketball player. Grant Hill said, listen, I might, to the outside world, yes, people might think I'm humble and I'm a nice guy and I'm not too cocky or arrogant or nothing like that. But he said, listen, in my mind, when it's time to get on that court and do my thing, listen, I'm the most cocky, arrogant person out there, because I know that the mindset of being that cocky, arrogant person, that is who I need to be in order for me to dominate in my business. So the only difference, ladies and gentlemen, between that mindset, like somebody like Grant Hill said, or let's say Derrick Rose or Kevin Durant, those people who make a show of being humble, and I understand it is definitely a show of being humble to you. The only difference between them and somebody like a Kobe Bryant or a Donald Trump is this. Kobe Bryant and Donald Trump don't give a damn about pleasing you by showing you that they're humble. Donald Trump, see, this is the thing I like about Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't give a damn about how you feel about his level of confidence. Can we all agree with that? Now, whether you like Donald Trump or not, Donald Trump doesn't give a damn that you think he's arrogant. He doesn't care. Because guess what? If you go to New York and you look up the most luxurious residential building in the city, guess what? People are going to tell you the Trump Tower. All right, he don't give a damn what you think. Kobe Bryant does not care that you think he's arrogant. All right, now the only difference between Kobe Bryant and Kevin Durant is this. Kevin Durant wants you to think he's a nice guy, so he makes a show of being humble. Kevin Durant wants you to think. So when a celebrity or a famous person comes up and they talk about, well, you know, I'm just a regular person. I never knew this could happen to me. I'm just a guy from such and such town. You know, I'm just a humble person. I just want to do good and be nice to everybody. You know what? That's all bullshit. I'm going to tell you why it's bullshit. Listen, regular people don't become super successful. Regular people don't become super successful. In order for you to become super successful in anything in life, you got to be unbecome regular. All right, because regular is average. All right, so in life, when it comes to levels of success, you got the people at the bottom, you got the people at the top, and you got the regular people in the middle. All right, regular people don't get up here. In order for you to get up here, you got to be anything but regular. So when a super successful person tells you, I'm just a regular guy from this person, this place, I never thought I would get here, all they doing is saying that to make you, all you people in the middle who are regular people, I'm not saying y'all personally, but they're trying to make all the regular people who are here in the middle feel better about themselves, so they're trying to relate to them. Like, listen, I'm regular just like you. They're not regular. Kevin Durant's not a regular person. Neither is Kobe, neither is Donald Trump, neither is any of these people that you name and that are super successful. You consider them humble or arrogant. They're not regular. They're not regular. You got to get above regular. The only reason they say it is so that they relate more than you all, because guess what? 98% of people are right here in the middle, those regular people. So they want to relate to those people because they need fans. They need those 98% to be fans. Some people care about that, having those people quote unquote relate to them, so they say I'm regular. Listen, Donald Trump don't give a damn. Neither does Kobe Bryant. They're like, you know what? I'm not regular. I'm not like you. I'm not a normal guy from this place. I did know this would always happen to me. I expected it to happen to me. This is not a shock for me. I expected success. I got it, and now I'm here. And they all think that way, but some people make a show of it, and some people put it in your face, and some people say, well, you know, I didn't think all that stuff. Listen, they believe it in their mind. Do I relate for fans? What do you mean by that question? I don't understand. Can I take any other questions? I'm done talking about confidence. I wrote a book on confidence anyway. It's called The Super You. You can get it on Amazon. DreAllDay.com/Amazon. You can get that book. It's called The Super You. It's all about confidence. And my TED Talk next Friday will be on the subject of self-confidence. So can I take any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? Anybody else got a question? We talking business, basketball. Do I relate? Like I say, what do you mean, do I relate? You put water into the cup, it becomes a cup. Ah, Bruce Lee. I hear you. Kevin Durant relates. What do you mean by that? He relates. Do I have a family? Can I take any more questions from anybody in the studio audience before we wrap up? This is Dre Baldwin. You are watching. If you're on Snapchat, my Snapchat is at Dre Baldwin. My Instagram, same name, Dre Baldwin. My most motivating quote is work on your game. You can put the F in there if you want to. Confidence in speaking another language. Any advice? Yeah, go work on it. Go work on it. Being a yes man is bad? No, that's false. You're welcome. Do the right thing. Do you relate to the mainstream people like you say Kevin Durant does? Well, you tell me. You tell me. I believe that I do because I'm able to break down why people do the things that they do and explain it to anybody. I don't care if you regular, successful, or failure, whatever. Do I do paleo, vegan? I'm vegetarian, so not either one of those. I'm vegetarian. If you want to know about that, watch my videos on YouTube. Look in a playlist called Diet and Nutrition. I talk about it in detail. All right, so can I take any more questions before we wrap up? Again, my name's Dre All Day. Twitter, Dre All Day. Of course, I'm here, Periscope. If you watch me for the first time, make sure you follow me. You think I do what you believe makes me balanced? Okay. Well, I mean, that's the way that you see it, and that's fine with me. If you seeing it that way makes you listen to my message and relate, then hey, I'm good with that. My Snapchat is Dre Baldwin. My Instagram is Dre Baldwin. My website is called DreAllDay.com. You want to read my first book? It's called Buy a Game. It is free. Just go to my website, DreAllDay.com. A pop-up's going to come up. It says put in your email address. Put in your email. We're going to send you that first book. It's called Buy a Game. You'll get to read it PDF completely for free online. Then you can go buy the rest of my books on DreAllDay.com/Amazon. Also on iBooks. I make confidence better. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that, Adam. I'm glad to hear that I'm able to. My aim is to empower people, man. I just want to empower people. If I can entertain you in the process or make you think in the process, my aim is to empower you. How can I work on my game without a gym when there's snow outside? Well, figure it out. People often ask me questions like that, like I'm going to give you some magic trick that you don't know the answer to. What would you do? If I offered you $1 million to figure out a way to work on your game, despite the fact that you have no gym and there's snow on the ground, what would you do? I'm offering you $1 million to solve that problem. If you can't solve it, you lose $1 million. If you solve it, you win $1 million. So tell me what your answer is. I don't know is not an answer. See, this is how I empower people. See, I don't answer every question that people come to me with, especially when they come to me with questions that they can answer themselves, that they just think. Exercise your power to think, ladies and gentlemen. I need to know when you come close to New Orleans so I can speak to your youth group. I would love to do that. We can set it up online, even if we can't do it in person right now. We can do it online. So hit me by email, Dre@DreAllDay.com. Work on your game, i.e. play basketball is the question he's asking me. How do you practice your basketball game? If you don't have access to a gym, but it's snow on the ground outside, what would you do? So my reply to that is, if I offered you $1 million to answer that question, what's your answer? See, that's the way I empower people to exercise their own ability to think and figure something out. Would I say there's a market for style blogging? Of course there's a market for it. If you go to Google and type in style blogging, I'm sure you're going to see a bunch of people interested in it. A bunch of people already blogging about it. So you late to the party. You need to catch up and start blogging right now. Like, you need to start blogging yesterday. Start periscoping. Actually, here's what you can do. Tell me your name again. I know I've seen you before. You're the one with the picture that look like you dabbing, but you're not actually dabbing. Tell me your actual name so I can tell you what you can do. But I'm taking questions, everybody. We're talking business. We're talking marketing. We're talking building your brand. We're talking confidence. We're talking mindset. We're talking goals, success, ambition, making things happen, being a yes person. Being a yes person means you say yes to everything you can possibly do until you get to the point that you have to say no. Fill up your schedule. Fill up your commitments. Overcommit yourself to things. Overcommit yourself, because when you overcommit, you're going to find you have abilities that you didn't know that you had. You start blogging already, but your content is very new. Marie Nicole. All right, this is what you do, Marie Nicole. Start blogging. Your content can be new. That's fine, but you need to be blogging every day. You need to fill up your website with blog posts. Put it on LinkedIn. Offer to guest blog at some site. Start periscoping. Start doing Meerkat. Start doing Instagram. Do Snapchat. Do everything. Motivation to work out. Oh, that the question was motivation to work out? Oh, if you're not motivated to work out, then you probably shouldn't be working out. Go do something else. What's up? 30, Putin 30? All right, can I take any more questions? Marie Nicole, for your style blog, get on all that social media. See which one takes off and start doing that. You got to pound social media. Just keep going. What am I doing? I'm empowering everybody who's asking me a question right now. I'm empowering people. Talking about business, marketing, basketball, sports, confidence, ambition, all that stuff. Any of y'all want to hit me with business inquiries, is Dre@DreAllDay.com. Speaking, coaching, consulting, all that stuff. Quickest distance between 2 points, straight line. Using Instagram and Twitter for social media as well as Pinterest. All right, well, keep doing it. I mean, keep doing it. As you say, your content is very new, so all you got to do is keep doing it. If you keep putting good content out, eventually your audience will find you. Or you'll find an audience if you keep doing it. It's not going to happen overnight, but you got to keep doing it. What's my job? This right here. My job is to empower as many people as possible. That is my job. That's my business. You checking out YouTube? That's what's up. I appreciate you checking out YouTube, Adam. Well, thank you. Thank you. I got a lot of experience talking. I got, what do they say, 10,000 hours? I got 100,000 hours speaking over the last 10 years. That's all I've been doing. Videos, talking to people in person. Writing. I still do the writing. Keep the fire burning? Absolutely. Does Dribble and Drill really take 5 years? Well, do it and you'll find out. Do I earn money from doing this? I earn money from everything I do. I need to build a platform, but I'm not good at social media. Well, if you want somebody to do the coaching and consulting for your social media and show you how it's done, hit me on email, Dre@DreAllDay.com. See, there's two things you can do. Number one, you can get good at social media. That'll take some time and effort. Number two, you can hire somebody else to do it. That takes no effort, no time. It's going to cost you some money and investment. Number three, you could take a course that'll teach you social media. I'm going to have a course coming this year on social media. That will be on my website, DreAllDay.com. Checking in from ND in biology. Is that North Dakota or Notre Dame? What about sports? What's the question? What's up, XDO? How you feeling? But any of that stuff, as I said, my email address, any of y'all want to reach me directly, is Dre@DreAllDay.com. North Dakota. All right, shout out to North Dakota. Yes, I do talk about sports. My background is as a basketball player. I played basketball overseas for 9 years. You don't understand? What don't you understand? I think everything I said here is very clearly and easily understood. That's actually one of the most important things when I'm speaking to people, is that people can understand everything I'm saying. I like to be able to break it down from a complex level to a simple level that anyone with any level of understanding and intelligence can understand what I'm saying. Basketball, 8 different countries. If you go to my website, you'll see them. Montenegro, Germany, Mexico, Lithuania, Croatia, some other places. I retweeted your tweet. That's what's up. All right, so we about to wrap this one up, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you want to read my first book, you have a great concept in developing, thinking about shopping it around to ball. Why are you thinking about it? Why are you thinking about doing something instead of just doing it? Yeah, my email is Drea@dreallday.com. If you want to read my first book, go to dreallday.com, which is my website. My book is called Buy a Game. A pop-up will come up. All you got to do is put your email address in there. We'll send you that book via email today. Y'all want to hit me, again, Drea@dreallday.com. If you on Snapchat, hit me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. Instagram's Dre Baldwin. My birthday's next Wednesday. I'm turning 34. My next TED Talk, February 5th, next Friday. TEDxCoconutgrove.com. Get your tickets. You want to hear that? I'm going to be talking about the area of confidence. My last TED Talk, the video will be coming out as soon as the audio-visual people get the shit together. So whenever they get it together, it'll be out. Y'all know about it. Trust me, I'm going to do a whole stream just talking about it. Everybody, I'm going to holler at y'all later. And as always, work on your fucking game. DreAllDay.com. Make sure you get my first book, Buy a Game. It is free. Click the link right here below in the video description. I'm on all your favorite social media platforms: Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. All the links are right down here below. Is either Dre Baldwin or Dre All Day on each one of those sites. And make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button down there and the thumbs up like button. Subscribe so you catch all the new content. I work on your game. Dre All Day.